Letter 135 by Charles Lamb. Slightly torn, the conjectures in square brackets are Talfourd's. Friday, 14th June, 1805. My dear Miss Wordsworth, your long kind letter has not been thrown away, for it has given me great pleasure to find you are all resuming your old occupations, and are better, but poor Mary to whom it is addressed cannot yet relish it. She has been attacked by one of her severe illnesses, and is at present from home. Last Monday week was the day she left me, and I hope I may calculate upon having her again in a month, or little more. I am rather afraid late hours have in this case contributed to her indisposition, but when she begins to discover symptoms of approaching illness, it is not easy to say what is best to do. Being by ourselves is bad, and going out is bad. I get so irritable and wretched with fear that I constantly hasten on the disorder. You cannot conceive the misery of such a foresight. I am sure that for the week before she left me, I was little better than light-headed. I now am calm, but sadly taken down and flat. I have every reason to suppose that this illness, like all her former ones, will be but temporary, but I cannot always feel so. Meantime she is dead to me, and I miss a prop. All my strength is gone, and I am like a fool, bereft of her cooperation. I dare not think, lest I should think wrong. So used am I to look up to her in the least and the biggest perplexity. To say all that I know of her would be more than I think anybody could believe or even understand, and when I hope to have her well again with me, it would be sinning against her feelings to go about to praise her, for I can conceal nothing that I do from her. She is older and wiser and better than me, and all my wretched imperfections I cover to myself by resolutely thinking on her goodness. She would share life and death, heaven and hell with me. She lives but for me, and I know I have been wasting and teasing her life for 5 years, past incessantly, with my cursed drinking and ways of going on. But even in this upbraiding of myself I am offending against her, for I know that she has cleaved to me for better, for worse. And if the balance has been against her hitherto, it was a noble trade. I am stupid and lose myself in what I write. I write rather what answers to my feelings, which are sometimes sharp enough, than express my present ones, for I am only flat and stupid. Poor Miss Stoddart. She is coming to England under the notion of passing her time between her mother and Mary, between London and Salisbury. Since she talked of coming, word has been sent to Malta that her mother is gone out of her mind. This letter, with mine to Stoddart with an account of Alan's death, and has miscarried, taken by the French word missing. She is coming home, with no soul to receive words missing. She has not a woman friend in London. I am sure you will excuse my writing any more, I am very poorly. I cannot resist transcribing 3 or 4 lines which poor Mary made upon a picture, a Holy Family, which we saw at an auction only 1 week before she left home. She was then beginning to show signs of ill boding. They are sweet lines, and upon a sweet picture. But I send them only as the last memorial of her. Virgin and Child. L. Da Vinci maternal lady with the virgin grace, heaven-born thy Jesus seemeth sure, and thou a virgin pure. Lady most perfect, when thy angel face men look upon, they wish to be a Catholic Madonna fair to worship thee. You had her lines about the Lady Blanche. You have not had some which she wrote upon a copy of a girl from Titian, which I had hung up where that print of Blanche and the Abbess, as she beautifully interpreted 2 female figures from L. Da Vinci, had hung, in our room. 'Tis light and pretty. Who art thou, fair one, who usurp'st the place of Blanche, the lady of the matchless grace? Come, fair and pretty, tell to me who in thy lifetime thou mightst be. Thou pretty art and fair, but with the Lady Blanche thou never must compare. No need for Blanche her history to tell, whoever saw her face, they there did read it well. But when I look on thee, I only know there lived a pretty maid some 100 years ago. This is a little unfair, to tell so much about ourselves, and to advert so little to your letter, so full of comfortable tidings of you all. But my own cares press pretty close upon me, and you can make allowance. That you may go on gathering strength and peace, is the next wish to Mary's recovery. I had almost forgot your repeated invitation. Supposing that Mary will be well and able, there is another ability which you may guess at, which I cannot promise myself. In prudence we ought not to come. This illness will make it still more prudential to wait. It is not a balance of this way of spending our money against another way, but an absolute question of whether we shall stop now, or go on wasting away the little we have got beforehand, which my wise conduct has already encroached upon 1/2. My best love, however, to you all, and to that most friendly creature, Mrs. Clarkson, and better health to her, when you see or write to her. The reference to Miss Stoddart is explained later, in the next letter but one. Mary Lamb's two poems were included in the works, 1818. Lady Blanche is the poem quoted on page 300.